Everyone, welcome back. Hope everyone's doing well. We've got a crazy one today. Get the popcorn. Tell your wife to turn off that stupid TV show. She needs to watch this too. And if you aren't subscribed and you love your right to defend yourself and you love your guns, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell, join the family. So the other day, the ATF director, Stephen Dettelbach, I don't know. The ATF director, Stephen Littledick, went up in front of Congress and gave them some information. And I had the absolute pleasure of sitting through the entire thing to make sure that I broke this down for y'all. So you're welcome. And when I say pleasure, I really mean that I have no more hair left because I was pulling it all out during the whole thing. But let's break it down. Because this is just nuts. Leave us alone. Leave our guns alone. So let's start with this.
Sir, would you turn your mic on there?
I am so sorry. And I won't start over.
No, I think you should start over, jackass. We're the ones who need to hear it. You just said a whole bunch of stuff that the American people have no idea what you said. But it's a joke for you, right?
Every day, ATF partners with local, state, tribal, territorial, and federal law enforcement to disrupt, investigate, and refer for prosecution violent criminals.
Oh, okay. So the ATF director says that they partner with local law enforcement. Can I just say that personally, America does not recognize any police department who partners with the ATF. Oh, you're a police department? Okay, cool. Oh, you work with the ATF? Goodbye. Local law enforcement have sworn to protect the Constitution. If you're not willing to do that, and you're willing to work with the ATF and not tell them off like the guys in Missouri did.
We do not recognize the unconstitutional bureau known as the ATF. That under anti-commandeering doctrine, members of Camden County are not to assist any federal agency in the enforcement or application of so-called firearms laws and rules.
Then we want nothing to do with you. You don't have our support, you got nothing. You might as well join the ATF. Because you know what you're doing when you're helping them. You're destroying Americans' lives and you're taking away our ability to defend ourselves. So I'm really hoping this guy's just talking out of his ass. Oh yeah, we work with all of the law enforcement, even down to the small cities.
We try to help catch bad guys in many different ways, just a couple or a few. For instance, by enforcing the national firearms laws as passed by Congress through an integrative law enforcement and regulatory strategy that prioritizes career criminals, violent gangs, criminal organization, and domestic and international firearms trafficking. ATF employees bring to that partnership state-of-the-art tools and techniques aimed at protecting communities from firearm crime, while also respecting constitutional rights of individuals to keep and bear arms.
Oh, come on, dude. I really think everyone in the government just needs to reread the Second Amendment. Yeah, I know people use it a lot. Shall not be infringed. But there's really no other way to say it. If someone wants a gun to be able to defend themselves, that means that they can have a gun to defend themselves. Period. No buts. No, none of this. Well, we get to do this, this, and this, but we're still respecting the Constitution. You're not. Stop saying that you're respecting it. Why don't you just be honest? Why don't you say that you don't respect the Constitution? I would personally have a lot more respect for you for growing some balls. Say it. We don't respect the Constitution. We're trying to rewrite it. We are trying to infringe on your rights because of whatever reason. Say that. Say that and I will tip my cap to you because at least you're being honest. At least you're not trying to treat us like a bunch of idiots. We know what you're doing. My God. Then you go into why it's not okay for a civilian, a disabled person, to have a pistol brace.
And these items, as you said, short-barreled rifles, as Congress has said, are unusually dangerous. Now, defining what is a short-barreled rifle was going on for about a 10-year period, and I think you referred to that as people would present items to ATF. Now, a couple things were going on. Also, it's important to make this statement, Mr. Chairman. I think the ATF was inconsistent in many of its rulings.
You have just said that you have been inconsistent on your rules. Why is that our fault? If you suck at your job, it's not the next guy's fault, it's your fault. you take the blame for it, which means that your 120-day grace period, you can shove it.
10 million to 40 million people that have pistols with braces. How can you say 120 days is sufficient time?
I believe that if there are individuals out there who have these products, that they can begin the process. So in other words, if you, very clear, if you file an application, you're fine until we look at the application.
120?
Oh yeah, 120 days is plenty of time. You know what? Let's talk about my grandpa for a second. I did a video with him on here before. He's 96. If he owns one of these stabilizing braces, do you think he's gonna have any clue what y'all are doing? Do you think his priority during the day is, oh boy, let's get on the computer, boot it up, and try to figure out what the ATF's doing today? No, he doesn't care. Most people don't care, and they shouldn't. But no, for you, it's 120 days, and just somehow, if my grandpa owns one of these, you're just hoping that the wind reminds him, tells him, you guys are nuts. And now we get to the more important stuff, and honestly, the sickening stuff. I want to remind y'all that this is the director, the top of the ATF.
That you said that all assault weapons should be banned. Is that a fair statement?
I certainly said that I was in that political campaign, which is far different from where I am now, although the administration's position is that there should be an assault weapons ban.
Stop running around the bush, man. I swear these people in the government, they have developed a new way to avoid questions. Hey, how old are you? Well, you know what? I'm really not sure. I mean, based on last year and, you know, the amount I aged, it could be 50, it could be 70. I just really am not sure. Dude, answer the question. You know the answer.
To be clear, but I think what I said was that there should be an assault weapons ban.
Dude, you're such a jackass. You just spent, I don't know how many seconds trying to go around the question, and then you just said, but yeah, what I meant was there should be an assault weapons ban. Couldn't you have just said that? That's half of the reason why we're pissed off. Y'all are just snakes in the grass, trying to slither past us all.
What could you, in 15 seconds, would you define an assault weapon for me?
So
if you go past 15 seconds, I'll just interrupt you.
No, so I'll go shorter than that, because I honestly, I do think if Congress wishes to take that up, I think Congress would have to do the work, but we would be there to provide technical assistance. Unlike you, I'm not a firearms expert to the same extent as you may be, but we have people at ATF who can talk about...
I mean, is anybody really surprised that they don't know what an assault weapon is? There's no clear definition of it. It's a media term. It's something that they use to try to scare people. So let's round this up really quick. The director of the ATF believes in his heart, no matter how much he tried to go around the bush on this question, he believes that assault weapons should be banned. Not because we're all violent criminals, not because we're all shooting each other every single day, every single American. No, they should just be banned. Okay, so you want to ban our guns, but stuff like this is happening in downtown Chicago? And then you got Mayor Lori Lightfoot saying this about the entire situation.
The mass majority of the young people that came downtown because it was a great weather and an opportunity to enjoy the city. That's absolutely entirely appropriate. There are a few that came with different intentions, and they have and they will be dealt with. But I'm not going to use your language, which I think is wrong, to say that is mayhem.
You're just a Looney Tune. It's a real nice day, sunny out. I almost feel like you're the mayor of Chicago, but never go there. Like you're deciding everything for the city, but you're out in Nebraska, just watching everything on the news. Oh yeah, I mean, I didn't see it all. So this is how unrealistic they are about crime. Yet you want to go to the American-loving person who owns an AR-15 and say, you know what, we need to ban that. We need to ban that for just any reason. You're not taking them. And Mr. Dettelback, the ATF guy, you really, really need to work on your English and your ability to answer questions because you suck.